What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, daily news report, and what is going on with the next stimulus package and the infrastructure package, the $3.5 trillion stimulus package, which the Senate is in the voting process and in the process of writing the bill, and the details of what will be in the next stimulus package. We actually have a lot of breaking news going on here today. Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff going on here today. Let's actually just jump right in. Remember, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. And new videos come on here on our channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, first up, number one, U.S. will begin wide distribution of vaccine booster shots next month, saying vaccine protection wanes over time. Yeah, wow. The United States will begin widely distributing vaccine booster shots next month as new data shows that vaccine protection wanes over time, according to top U.S. health officials announced today. It's now very clear that immunity starts to fall after the initial 2 doses. And with the dominance of the new Delta variant, quote, we are starting to see evidence of reduced protection against mild and moderate disease, according to the statement signed by CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky, Acting FDA Commissioner Dr. Janet Woodcock, White House Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci, and other U.S. health leaders. Quote, based on our latest assessment, the current protection against severe disease, hospitalization, and death could diminish in the months ahead, especially among those who are at higher risk or were vaccinated during the earlier phases of the vaccine rollout. As a result, U.S. agencies are preparing to offer booster shots or third shots for Pfizer and Moderna to all eligible Americans beginning the week of September 20th, starting 8 months after their second dose of Pfizer or Moderna vaccines, officials said. While they said recipients of Johnson & Johnson's single-shot vaccine will likely need boosters as well, they are awaiting more data in the next few weeks before making a formal recommendation. With those data in hand, we will keep the public informed with a timely plan for Johnson & Johnson booster shots as well, the officials said. This plan is subject to a formal recommendation from a CDC Vaccine Advisory Committee and an approval from the FDA, also a formality. The announcement came ahead of a White House press briefing Wednesday where federal health officials further outlined their plan for booster shots. President Joe Biden is expected to speak on the U.S. effort after the briefing, the White House told reporters on Tuesday. The decision to recommend booster shots comes after the public becomes increasingly concerned about the Delta variant and a rise in breakthrough cases, which is people who are already vaccinated. Infections in fully vaccinated individuals. Oh, well, it says it right there. It marks a shift from previous comments made by U.S. health officials who said in recent months that fully vaccinated Americans did not need booster shots at this time. U.S. officials changed their message on booster shots in recent days as cases continued to rise. Dr. Anthony Fauci said Thursday that everybody will likely need a booster shot at some point. On Friday, federal officials approved administering booster shots to Americans with weakened immune systems, which includes cancer and HIV patients and people who had organ transplants. National Institute of Health Director Dr. Francine Collins, who also signed the statement, said Tuesday that new virus data, including from Israeli health officials, caused U.S. leaders to rethink their positions on vaccine boosters. Israel released new data on Monday showing a reduction in effectiveness from Pfizer COVID vaccine against severe illness among 65 and older who were fully vaccinated in January or February. The U.S. is beginning to see similar trends in vaccine effectiveness as well, Collins said. He said the rise in breakthrough cases may be due to a combination of fast-spreading Delta variant and virus vaccine protection waning over time. The effectiveness of Pfizer COVID vaccine steadily declines over time, dropping to about 84% for vaccinated people about 4 to 6 months after getting their second dose, according to CEO Albert Bourla. Moderna said its vaccine remains 93% effective after the first 6 months after the second dose, but expects the protection to fall and boosters will be necessary. During a press briefing on Wednesday, Dr. Michelle Walensky said officials based their decision on studies that showed immunity from Pfizer and Moderna vaccines diminished over several months. One study in New York from May 3rd through July 25th showed that vaccines' effectiveness in protection against infection dropped from 92% to 80%. Another study by the Mayo Clinic showed that Pfizer's vaccine efficiency fell from 76% to 42%, while Moderna's declined from 86% to 76%. Collins says right now it's still as if our vaccine protection is working really well, but we don't want to wait until it's like, oh, it's too late. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. Are you excited about another third shot? Are you disappointed? Did you think that you would never have to get another shot again? See, I don't know, because I personally kind of thought, and if you've been watching me for a while, I kind of thought that they would be similar to the flu shots, that, you know, they'd be similar to a yearly shot. Because I just didn't think that it would be like the polio vaccine, where it would be like one shot and then you would be protected forever. And that kind of looks like how it's going to be. Now they're saying that you can get a shot up to 8 months afterwards for a booster shot, and as possibly as early as next month for anybody that's not under those conditions. What was it? A cancer patient, an HIV patient, or immunocompromised. So now they're going to be rolling out booster shots, or largely considered third shots, for pretty much everybody as early as next month. So yeah, now the question is this going to be a yearly thing? It looks like that probably will be the case. A yearly thing. And if you've ever gotten flu shots, you know it's kind of a yearly thing. Again, you don't have to get it. You know, nobody's forcing you to go get a flu shot every year. But you know, if you get a flu shot, it's not like you get a flu shot, which is a flu vaccine, kind of. You know, a flu shot protects you from the flu virus. You know, it's kind of a similar thing. It's not like you get a flu shot and then it protects you from the flu 5 years down the road. And it's very similar, is that a flu shot builds up antibodies in your virus. It doesn't mean you're never going to get the flu, but it's building up antibodies in your virus to help you fight off the flu, where you can just kill off the flu virus faster, have lesser symptoms. You might even catch the flu and just kill it off right away, to where you don't even get any symptoms at all. Very similar to this case with the major virus that we're dealing with. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. You know, did you feel that we would have to be doing booster shots? Did you think that you were done with if you were fully vaccinated? Can you even use the term fully vaccinated anymore? Because is fully vaccinated even a thing now? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. As I said, it's a crazy, crazy world. If you thought 2020 was crazy, 2021 is not living up to its full potential. That it seems to be a never-ending craziness. Now, one of these stimulus items, or stimulus type items, that they're trying to reduce the cost for Americans in this next package. Check out what President Biden is saying here for this next stimulus package.
There aren't a lot of things that almost every American can agree on. But I think it's safe to say that all of us, whatever our background, our age, or where we live, can agree that prescription drug prices are outrageously expensive in America. Today, I'd like to talk about how we're going to help millions of Americans save money and ease their burdens by lowering the cost of prescription drugs. Let me start by acknowledging the groundbreaking and life-saving work that many pharmaceutical companies are doing. Look no further than the vaccines they're manufacturing and delivering that are helping us beat this pandemic and save lives. But we can make a distinction between developing these breakthroughs and jacking up prices on a range of medications for a range of everyday diseases and conditions. Right now, right here in America, we pay the highest prescription drug cost of any developed nation in the world. Let me say that again, of any developed nation in the world. About 2 to 3 times what other countries pay. Last week in the Oval Office, I hosted a small business owner named Gail from Denver. She's 60 years old. When she was 11, she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. For nearly 50 years, she's had to take insulin to stay alive. But you know what she told me? She said she doesn't worry about becoming blind or her blood sugar dropping dangerously low, the natural worries of anyone with type 1 diabetes. She worries about being able to pay for her prescription drugs. During our conversation, she pulled out a vial of insulin from her bag. In 2001, she said, that single vial cost $32 a bottle. Today, that exact same bottle with the same exact formula, no changes, costs $280 per bottle. Gail and her husband work hard. They spend wisely. Because of the cost of her prescription drugs, her husband may not be able to retire. They drive the same car, she said, she's had for 17 years, unable to afford repairs or a new one. And Gail's not alone. It's estimated that more than 34 million Americans, 10% of the population of the United States, have diabetes, including more than 1.5 million of those who have type 1 diabetes. And the outrageous cost affecting everyone across the board, spanning every kind of condition or disease, is similar.
So one of the things they're trying to put in this next stimulus package, which is kind of weird that it's considered a stimulus item, but nonetheless, if they get it done, it's going to be a large legislative process, and the wording alone could be hundreds of pages to actually force pharmaceutical companies to sell prescription drugs to the United States government and to Americans the same prices that they sell it to other countries for, and to kick rebates back to American consumers. There's going to be all sorts of legalities to this, but basically we could end up getting prescription drug prices for anywhere from 30 to 70% lower than we get it to for now. Also, all this might not kick in immediately. There could be some staged in time over process. Some of this stuff might kick in right away. Some of it might kick in a few months afterwards, because I've kind of been reading a lot of this stuff of this. There might be a rebate process that kind of comes in. Some of the rebates actually go right now, from what I understand, to the pharmacies. So like if you go to like CVS to get your prescriptions filled, some of the rebates actually go to like the pharmacies, and one of the changes they're trying to make is to have that go to you guys, the Americans, instead of the pharmacies. So there's several different things they're trying to do in this package. I always see guys, why don't they just write the bill? And there's a whole bunch of things they're working on this bill. You think about this $3.5 trillion bill, because again, I've been researching this every single day. This is just one section of the thing they're working on. So if they're going to do it, you want to do it right. And again, this is just prescription drugs. It's just one section of the bill that they're working on. Okay. This bill, remember the infrastructure package bill that was $1.2 trillion was 2,702 pages. Okay. The prescription drug portion of this bill is likely going to be hundreds and hundreds of pages alone. Okay. And this is a very, very tricky situation because, there's lobbyists. Like when we think about Pfizer and Moderna, it's a very tricky situation because like they're making the vaccines for our country, but yet we're also trying to battle them to lower prescription drug prices. So you have to like walk a fine line there. And they also have lobbyists where they spend billions and billions of dollars battling Congress to be able to charge the prices they do. But then I have this famous tweet by Bernie Sanders that's kind of become famous here. I've shown it here on the channel a couple times because it's literally so famous. Bernie Sanders says the cost to manufacture one vial of insulin is around $6. Okay, and they sell it to other countries. This is the price that they sell it to other countries for: $9, $11, $14, $7, $7. And yet they sell it to the United States for $98. So the question is if they're selling this vial, one vial of this specific type of insulin, if they manufacture it for $6 and they're selling it to other countries for $7 to $12, depending on the country, why are they selling it to the United States for $98? It's a good question, right? The question, the answer is because they can, because they're allowed to, because they can get away with it. And it's really, really sad. And who pays the biggest price? We do. Me, you, the American consumer, and the government. And the government. And the government, and we're just spending trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, and the pharmaceutical industries are just laughing their way to the bank. Bernie Sanders says here, the American people should not be forced to pay the highest prices on the planet for prescription drugs. And that's really just one of the items in here in addition to a stimulus check. And a lot of people don't think about it. Everybody thinks about the main stimulus check, or even the child tax credit checks if you have children, because of course we know those provide $3,000 to $3,600. But a lot of these extra items here, like lower prescription drug prices, which is here on lower item number 23, or extra Medicare benefits, which is item number 4 here, these items actually could provide hundreds to thousands of dollars in savings for the average everyday person. Now, it depends on how much your prescription drug costs are, what type of healthcare benefits you have, what type of services you don't have, and each person's, the results may vary. Also, how old you are, and again, what type of services and coverages you have, and what might happen to you in the future. But I have seen some of your guys' comments down below in the comments that say you have prescription drugs that you literally can't afford because they are hundreds or thousands of dollars per prescription. And again, we look at all these different items that they are considering for this next stimulus package. And a lot of people don't pay a lot of attention to things like lower prescription drug prices. But that is just one of the many items that they are putting in this next package that is probably going to take hundreds of pages to do in this next package. That, from what I understand, is going to be in this next package. And the average person will likely end up saving a whole bunch of money. Again, each person's particular savings may vary. I mean, some people might not get any prescriptions at all, and some people might save thousands of dollars per year or hundreds of dollars per year, and some people might save $20 per year. But that's just one of the items that they're working on in this next package. So again, you can see all these different items. I mean, some people, benefited greatly last year from the $10,200 unemployment tax credit. Some people got, thousands of dollars back from that item they added in at the very last moment, the $10,200 tax credit for unemployment. They could do that again for this year if you have unemployment this year. Basically made the first $10,200 of unemployment income tax-free. But if you weren't on unemployment last year, that didn't help you. But there's all these different items on this list that are being considered for the next item. And not every item will help every person. There's all these different items that help different groups of people or different buckets of people. Some help people with children. Some help people that are on Social Security. Some help like these. Some help people that are seniors. Some help people like stimulus checks. Some help people that are low income. Some help people for mortgage and rent assistance or home buyer credit. Some help people with student loans. Some help people with health insurance and paid family and medical leave. There's a whole bunch of different things that they are putting in this next package. Literally dozens and dozens of different things. And likely this next package is also going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of pages. I mean, this next stimulus package is going to be $3.5 trillion or somewhere around there. I mean, they might negotiate it up or negotiate it down. So, I mean, just think about writing. Think about just reading, not even writing the bill. Just think about reading 3,000 pages. I didn't even read the last one because it was, what, 2,702 pages? I'm like, yeah, right. I mean, remember I showed you that on the screen and I was like, remember for some light reading, you could read the infrastructure pages, the infrastructure package of 2,000, and it's all legal jargon. It's like lawyer legal. It's like the worst type of reading you could ever read. It's not like reading a fairy tale or reading a fiction or nonfiction book. It's like legal jargon. It's like absolutely the worst reading. You know, I'd much rather read an NBC or ABC or CNBC like summary that's 20 pages long as opposed to 2,702 pages of legal jargon. But yeah, they are working on this. Really kind of the hardest part of this is the negotiation phase right now between the Democrats. Because remember, the Democrats are going to pass this in the House and the Senate and then the presidency without Republican votes. So they don't really have to negotiate between the Republicans and the Democrats because that would actually be harder. You know, getting the Republicans and the Democrats to agree on anything is harder than getting just one party to agree on something. But even just one party to agree on something, you have moderates and progressives between one party. That is really the stage they're at right now. And also kind of the writing of the bill behind the scenes and the writing of the bill, just like we focused on in this video, the prescription drug prices. Just imagine writing the legal portion of that. And this is very important because, like, for example, they just passed the SNAP increase, 25% permanent increase, okay? Imagine the legality of like writing that into law and having that all perfectly done, line by line, word by word, and having it done perfectly to the T to make sure that it holds up in a court of law and all this stuff. So that's the process that they're going through right now. And again, you know, sometimes these things get challenged by the Supreme Court and in lawsuits and all that stuff. So that's kind of what they have to go through so that the stuff holds up in a court of law. So I'll keep you up to date with everything. They're going through this process right now. Honestly, we're in the home stretch. Remember, the Senate has already gone through the first preliminary votes of the stimulus package, which passed with a 50 to 49 votes. Remember, that's just the preliminary votes. It hasn't passed fully. They haven't wrote the bill yet. They're going through that stage right now. So I will keep you up to date with everything. The next stimulus package, what's going on with our country, daily news you need to know about. Make sure to subscribe down below. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Share this video with your friends and family so that they know what is going on as well. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video is about new monthly checks that are going out in some certain cases as well. So click on this video next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.